I'm struggling with the hobby and subsequently the channel, and I'm going to tell you why in this video. So first thing I'm going to say is thank you to everyone who's still here and still rocking with me, all the hardcore battle brothers, and of course my long-standing patrons, of course. So what's been going on in the Epic Narrators world? Well, I have one word for you, and it is well, two words actually: hobby apathy. Now, I wonder if you guys have felt the same as well. So, you know, as you're listening to this video, let me know in the comments if this sort of strikes a chord. I mean, first I've got to say really that I'm really sorry for not making any videos for like the past 5 months or so. I mean, I have been on Twitch, but in regards to YouTube, I mean, I know I've just not been around. And really, it's since the UK has opened up, I've just found it very, very hard to sit, you know, in a room painting miniatures, or in a room just with the computer making videos when the sun's out and I could be outside speaking to real people having a beer, right? I know this might sound a bit odd to some of the neckbeards out there, but I've actually missed real human contact, and the thought of locking myself away again while the sun's out, it's just not been on the cards. And I'm starting to feel alive again. I mean, I don't know, do some of you people feel like that in the UK? Like, you know, life's returning back to normal. There's some vibrancy to it again. So yeah, so really I'm just starting to feel alive again. And it was getting to the point where I felt like I had to make a video or had to do a stream. And, you know, that's not really where you want to be, is it? You know, I started this channel in lockdown. And the reason is because, you know, I was bored out of my nut and I wanted to try my hand at narrations. And, you know, it's kind of snowballed a bit for me. So I'm starting to feel alive again. And, you know, I was starting to feel like with the channel that I had to make a video or I had to stream. And, you know, that's never where I want to be with, you know, a supposedly fun hobby. And, you know, when you add in the painting, the editing, learning YouTube, learning Twitch, learning more audio editing, you know, the list just is endless. And, you know, it started to less be a distraction from lockdown and just became more of its own beast. And it was just taking up too much of my time, I think. I also felt that in lockdown that I was actually helping a lot of people. And a lot of people have said this to me. You know, they were happy that, you know, I was running the Discord and like doing music streams for them, so that it helped them feel a little bit more connected to society as well. But in my helping people, I believe that I've actually done myself a bit of a disservice and done a bit of damage to myself, and I became disjointed from society and perhaps just a little bit too internetified, if that's a word. So at some point I've lost my way with the channel and it's just stopped being fun, to be honest. I mean, like I said, I mean, maybe I was taking myself too seriously, maybe I was putting a bit too much pressure on myself, but the reality of it is I think it's just too much internet for one person. And yeah, I've just had enough of it, like, lads and ladies, you know what I mean? So I needed a break. I mean, people have been asking me repeatedly, oh, Garth, what do you think about the new squats? What do you think about the new Horus Heresy box? And the sad truth is I don't care. Like, I really just don't care. And like I said, that's where that word comes in again, apathy. I mean, if I can't even muster a strong feeling to sort of convey on camera, whether it be like or the opposite, dislike, you know, it's just not worth watching. And like, you know, I'm not going to be fake for you guys. I want to be as real as I am. I could get on there and go, oh guys, look how amazing the new Horus Heresy box is, blah, blah, blah. Oh, look how fantastic this is, or whatever. And like, you know, I felt myself starting to do that, and it's just not me, lads. You know, it's It's just not me, and especially the way that new GW are going, the sculpts, the attitude, the blatant sort of corporatism, just feel nothing for it anymore. But recently, you know, my mojo has been starting to come back, and it's, you know, surprise, surprise for those who watch the Twitch stream and stuff, it's oldhammer. I mean, that's always who I've been, and, you know, somewhere, like I said, I have lost my way. So models like Satyr miniatures and Nightmare miniatures, doing my own 3D printing, it's brought me back into the fold, but then it's just taken me further and further away from modern GW. And I'm at the point now where, you know, and I have been for a long time, you know, where I don't need GW. And also, I'm not going to chase the views that GW gets me, because I am my own GW now. I 3D print my own models. I do commission painting. I've got my own Etsy store. Links below, by the way. And I make my own content. I don't need them anymore. Which brings me, you know, to another announcement. I mean, we're rebranding. The eagle-eyed of you will have noticed that we're no longer the 40k epic narrator. We're now just going to be Garth's workshop, because I feel it's time that we let go of what the channel was and used to be, and maybe move forward in this sort of post-COVID world, or what we hope will be post-COVID. And when I first started the channel, I was actually worried about putting my face on the internet, and I was potentially worried about putting my real voice out there. I mean, you know, the whole epic narrator thing, like, I used to add some effects to my voice and stuff, whereas I'm comfortable enough in my own skin now to be able to do that. I don't need to do that. So where are we going forward, and what's going on? Garth's workshop now is going to be mainly about oldhammer, as it should have been, and new oldhammer. So again, new oldhammer, what I would consider new oldhammer would be 3D printing Rogue Trader style stuff, or buying Satyr or Nightmare miniatures, that kind of thing. Okay, so to stop me rambling, let's get this down into maybe 3 major points. 1, Garth, where have you been? What's going on? Answer to that is absolute Games Workshop apathy. Don't really care about them at the moment, so I'm not going to put myself out there and make a load of rubbish. 2, just being on the internet continuously started to wear me down. 3, for the future, what's going to happen? Oldhammer and new oldhammer. And 4, what do you have in place right now? What are you going to be doing right now? Speaking of new oldhammer, I've got Satyr miniatures to review, I've got Nightmare miniatures to review, and I'm going to be continuing on with my final Liberation playthrough. Thanks for sticking around. I was going to say I love you all, but I don't. I suppose you're right. See you later.